Hey guys, it's me, BrainETR here. This is the first time I've ever used commentary in a video of mine, so this will take some getting used to for sure. But anyway, I'm just going to get to the reason most of you are here, and that is a background tutorial. So the background I'm going to be making in this video, I've used in a lot of my levels. Some may say too many of my levels, and I would have to agree with that because, I use this a lot. The first time I used it was in Vibrant Hue. It is the one at the very beginning. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you just want to get these blank blocks right here, and then you just want to create a line. I start at the very bottom here, like you cannot go further beyond this point. So I'm just going to start there, do it all the way through the thing, and then I'm going to do it the same part up. So that is 6 blocks down beneath the game mode barrier. So I'm going to do a 6 blocks at the top as well. Now you got this line right here. I'm just going to put it, don't fade, don't enter, so it doesn't like go off at the end of the screen. So now I'm gonna like set it all the way to the bottom, so because it is a background. And then, well, first of all, I'm just gonna change the background to this one, the completely blank one, because that way, if I set this to, let's copy color of the background, then we can see it completely blends in. Like if I turn grid off, it's just completely gone. So we don't want that though, because then obviously it wouldn't be an effect. It would just be a plain black background. So I'm just gonna turn the brightness down, probably like that. It's probably fine. Yeah, that's good. So then I'm just gonna copy paste it like a bunch of times, spacing it out once every time until I get like around a square shape. Once you have this shape, then I put it in one group. You don't have to do that because it's like, this is just to make it more convenient. So if you select like one part, then it selects all of them. But anyway, then the next step, we want to make this rotate. So this is like a very useful thing in my opinion. I used to not know how to select to get to the very middle of this thing, which you need to get to the exact middle to make it rotate properly. Like otherwise you could have bugs and stuff. But a good way to get to the perfect middle of it is by pressing the rotate option, but you're not going to rotate it. Instead, you're going to zoom in until, see that middle part, that is the perfect center. So then it doesn't matter which object you put as a center group. I like just doing a circle one because it's like the most aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. And then you're going to put it there and then make sure it's perfectly in the middle. So like that is exactly in the middle of all of this. And then I'm going to set it to 1, which is my invisible group, so no one can see it. But then I'm also going to put it on 3, which is going to be the center group, and then this is going to be on 2. So that way, we're going to have this rotate around that. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to put it kind of to the side of the screen, but then that's 2. We're going to get a rotate trigger, put the target group, which the target group is this, because that's what we want to spin on 2. And the center group is the circle in the middle, so that's going to be 3. And then move time and stuff, it's however long you want the part to be. So let's just say like 20 seconds, because that's like probably the longest you're going to do. And then degrees, I always put this on 360. It's the time 360 that like usually depends. I'm going to say like 3. And then you want to save and exit because the game's really buggy that way, and if you don't, then it'll bug out. But then it rotates like that. And then I'm also going to just change it to ship, so then, and now obviously that's not moving with the player, which is a problem because it's got to be a background, it's not just an object. So I'm going to do the next free, which is 4, and then a lot of people also don't know this, but then I'm going to put a move trigger at the very beginning, so like before you even like start playing it, it's going to be 4. But then I'm going to make the move time 0 seconds. It'll just instantaneously move. Then I'm going to do like -80 maybe. You got to experiment with this. Probably a little less, so let's say -60. Okay, and then it'll start over there. And then I'm going to put another move trigger here that's also going to be 4. And then this will be 20 seconds, lock to player X. And that way it'll just stay with the player the whole time. And then I'm also just gonna like put a random spike over here so we could like see it longer. And also I'm actually gonna decrease this to -50 just because I think 60 is a bit too far over. Okay, actually I did this the wrong way. I have to make this more. Okay, yeah, that is seamless. So that's what we want to do. And already, like, there's already a pretty cool effect. Like, this could probably pass as like a background, but you're here to see the grid effect. So that's what I'm gonna do. And now this part, it's probably one of the most confusing parts. So I'm just gonna select both the target group and the center group, and I'm also gonna select, I'm just gonna select all the triggers like this. And then I'm gonna copy paste them, press pause, press build helper right here. And then I'm gonna put it on another group layer. And then you can see if you go over, it's the same thing. Just all the groups are changed. So now you have two objects that both rotate. But obviously that's not what we want. So then I'm going to go to this trigger for the second set of rotating objects. And I'm just going to reverse this. So -360 and then -3. And now if we play this, you see it creates a really trippy effect like that. And if we exit out, there you go. It creates that pretty trippy effect. And you could like change things. You could change it so like if we take 5 and then we could like make this like -180 and then it would be like off kilter kind of. Like that could create a cool effect. But you could do that like with different stuff. It doesn't really matter. This is just for the base effect that you could then experiment off to. So yeah, like I think that's kind of it. It's a pretty simple effect. You could see it going there. And yeah, that's about it. So bye.